Hello everybody, I am Darth Derp, and welcome to really the second vlog I've done in my entire life. So, what I'm talking about here is my trip to DC that I was on earlier, and sorry I was going to do a day-to-day view and vlog of what was going on, so that way I could cap over what happened that day, go over with the stuff, and then I was even going to do some footage of where I was to show off stuff, but it was so crowded and dense that I couldn't really do that without like running into people and making everything just a whole cluster truck, if you know what I mean. And hold on, there's dust on top of my camera. Sorry, that was just annoying me for some reason. Alright, so now, it's really funny though, as I'm gonna kind of do a reverse order here, is that every time we leave somewhere, something bad happens. Like, I mean, I was off with my family. It's known that I'm not out of the house yet. So, what happened is that when we left, the day we left DC, and we were not even a block or two, like maybe 2 blocks at most, away from the shooting that has happened on the Bernie guys shooting at the Republican congressman. Now, I did see a video of the shootout, and it was about a 3-minute long shootout, which is longer than any shootout should ever be. That is just unbearable to be through. Like, you think about it, and you're like, oh, that's not long at all, but then you remember how much stress and anxiety and the fear of, am I going to make it, will kind of turn that 3 minutes into an eternity. So, I feel bad for just about anyone that was in that, except for the shooter, because he got shot and killed, and that's well deserved on his part. That's why you should never do shootings, because you deserve to get shot and killed back. That's my opinion on the matter, and I'm sticking to it. But let's get back to less, well, I don't know if this is less serious or not, but let's get back to how my family is cursed on going anywhere and leaving, which is another incident was that when we were in Gatlinburg a while back, and around Dollywood, the day we left is the day that the forest fire started and burned the whole freaking place down. What was this weird bouncy? Okay, I don't know what I was doing. But seriously, burned the whole place down, just about it. I mean, Dollywood barely survived, and a lot of the cabins burned up in Gatlinburg. Though the hotel we had was decent. In DC, I'm talking again. I jumped from subject to subject, if you haven't noticed. In DC, our hotel wasn't that bad. Their service was terrible, because it took them a while, but at least when we accidentally left some stuff in the hotel room, they got it back for us relatively nicely. And I mean that as in they weren't rude. And it didn't take them too terribly long, either. But, like, we asked for extra beds and stuff and pillows, because the room only had 2 beds, and there was 5 of us in the room, so it was pretty cramped, and there wasn't enough pillows or towels or soap or anything of that matter. Oops, I just hit my microphone. So every time we'd ask him, it took about the 3rd time asking him on each thing every time. Like, we had to ask 3 times per thing, just about it. Then there was one part where we literally just went into the supply closet and got our stuff because they still wouldn't do it. Which, they leave it unlocked. They should really lock that thing. And, let's see here. So what we did while we were there was the first day we went to the Smithsonian's of, let's see here, Natural History and American History. And we saw that a little bit. It was pretty cool. I really liked the American history, especially the war section, because it was cool to see all the weapons they used back in World War I and World War II in person, because I've never seen those in person. I've only just seen pictures of them, so I didn't quite get a representation of the scale and how long those muskets were. I mean, just imagine holding that long of a thing and aiming it. That had to be a bit tough after doing that for 3 hours in war. But, sorry, I keep glancing at my OBS screen. You know what? I'm going to minimize that, so that way I don't keep glancing at it every 5 seconds. So, and in the natural history, we kind of just ran around a bit, and we didn't really look at too much stuff, because we were on a tight schedule at that point, because we stretched it, and we were all ready to go, because how crowded it was. and we arrived and did that on the day that they were doing the whole the whole Pride March thing again with all the gay flags everywhere, which I even told myself I wasn't going to go over this because I thought I would start some controversy, but I guess it's better to have my opinion out there because freedom of speech, and this is just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. So, my opinion on the matter is that if you're gay, I'm fine, lesbian, fine, just whatever your deal is, I'm fine with it as long as you don't cram it down my throat. So after seeing about the 38th flag, I was just done with everything. I just had to go home, or not home, but back in the hotel and relax for a little bit, because just seeing it and getting that crammed down my throat so much, I'm glad I didn't end up accidentally starting an argument with them just by, I know that I wouldn't have done that anyway. Like, I'm not going to go out there and try to start an argument with one of them why you shouldn't be gay or something like that. But I personally don't support it. But, I mean, if you are that thing, I'm not going to look down on you because of it. I might give you a hard time from every once in a while if I know you personally, but I'll do that as I would any other friend. And if you don't want me to, just let me know. It's really how I go about that. And, so yeah, we went back in the hotel, took a break from that for a little while. Though, the part that really got to me about that day was the fact that there was two shirtless guys behind in short shorts, and they had the flags as well, behind one of the maps we were looking at, this little stand maps that you see around the Smithsonian's every couple blocks or so. And he looked around and did this thing. I can't do it. I'm trying to do the little eyebrow thing. You know, where it does that thing? I can't do it. At least I don't feel like I'm doing it right. But, you know, the whole, hey, how you doing? Which the worst part was he was looking towards me. And I'm not even that old. And, yeah, that's another thing, is that don't be gay towards me. That's my largest rule. Don't do it, okay? If you even slightly become gay towards me, I am out of there faster than you can say hot potato. That was a bit weird. Oh well, I'm the cringe master, so it's not like anything I'm going to say isn't weird. But again, this is my opinion. If you take offense to it, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's just my opinion. My goofy opinion. I'm just an internet dude. Do you really think I'm going to be, too terrible? You're like, I hate you for being this... Okay, you know, I'm rambling. Sorry. Probably going to edit a lot of that out. If I don't, then you're going to hear me say that I'm going to edit a lot of that out, and then I'm not going to do that. I probably won't. But, so back to the topic. Stop hitting my microphone. Sorry, I'm jittery whenever I do vlogs, because I'm not used to it, and I'm still trying to adapt. So back to the topic at hand, after my ramblings of nonsense. And, so, after that, so I'm trying to think what else we did. I think we went out to eat at the Cheesecake Factory off in the corner. Now, we traveled mostly by subway, which is the first time I've ever been in a subway in my life. It was really funny in the morning. I was, looking around, and I was like, it's so cool! I was fascinated by the subways. The fact that each car weighs at least... Actually, hold on, let me look this up. The weight is 85,200 pounds. That is a lot. So here, let's put that in perspective towards, here, comparison. Let's see what comparisons it can make. Comparison. Alright. Oh well, I can't find one. But 85,200 pounds. That's just one car. You get that and put it... Actually, I forgot to look up the acceleration, too. Alright. But you get that and put it... and have over 6 cars... Stop hitting my thing. Accelerating at... Hold on. How fast does a subway train accelerate? So the New York City subways can reach 55 miles an hour, but they rarely go over 30, but the ones in DC felt like they were going a lot faster than 30, judging by the lights, and those are spaced out at least 100 feet, and I was traveling at like 200 feet per second at sometimes there. Let's see here. It's not seeing average schedules. Metro, yeah, that's what we're on, actually, is the Metro station. Alright. So I'm looking at DC Metro, which is 29.5 miles an hour in schedule. Actually, I was on the orange one most of the time, and that's ranked at 32.9 miles an hour on average. Still isn't telling me the acceleration, but it was doing that in like 10 seconds. But you get that much weight going there in 10 seconds? That to me is fascinating, about that you can get something that weighs so much to have so much torque and acceleration to be able to take you up to that kinds of speeds so quickly. Like, I don't know why I'm so fascinated about it. I just love those facts. Like, it's just amazing to me how fast you can get that thing going and how quickly you can get it to go that speed. But enough with my rambling. It's just that the main point is that when I first looked in it, the DCs have this like weird cutout waffle iron looking thing pattern in the ceilings, and the immediate thought was alien isolation. Like, I was expecting like aliens to start coming through on the ceiling and start trying to eat my face. But I had to take a breather there after all that rambling. Hooray for rambles. Oh well, it might be entertaining because it's still rambled in the same topic I was talking about. But everyone was staring at me and so confused by why I was so fascinated by a subway train. And long story short, it was fun the first couple times I rode on it, and then by the end of the day, or not the day, but by the end of the week, I started getting used to it. But after that day, the next day, we did more nonchalant stuff. We kind of just walked around and then did a tour guide on the day and night. The tour during the day, we didn't stop anywhere. We just kind of drove around and he pointed out stuff, and then the stops we did make was more like just a normal bus, but with a tour added to it. And then at night, we went on a tour throughout not only DC, but we also went across the river to Virginia, where the hotel was, and we saw some of the cool stuff there as well. And we got to go up to the Lincoln Monument, which I never thought I'd see the Lincoln Monument in person, or any of those monuments, to a matter of fact. And they were so much larger in life than I thought they'd be. And it was just a lot of fun. And then the third day, see if I can remember this correctly, we got up early in the morning. No, the third day we really did nothing. We kind of just walked around and did a bit of shopping. Well, my family did. Well, my dad was off at a work thing, but my sisters and my mom did shopping. I just had to walk around with them. And the final day, we went to the Air and Space Smithsonian, if I can speak English, and there we got to see all of the cool planes and fighters and the Blackbird that was hanging from the ceiling. I picked up a shirt there of the Blackbird, which is actually over there. I might show it to you in a different video. You'll probably see me wear it. But it was a lot of fun being there and doing that stuff. The first day was probably the most productive. Actually, kind of degraded in productivity. But the thing is, we didn't ride a plane, though. We drove. From where I live, that's well, if we didn't stop, it would be a 13-hour drive. But in reality, because of stops, it became a 16-hour drive. That was pretty tiring. Like, even riding in a car, it still takes energy out of you for some freaking reason. I don't know why, it just does. I guess just because you're kind of sitting there dehydrating slowly without water or food until you stop. Then you get more and resupply, and then you have to go to the bathroom, get gas, and all that stuff. But all in all, it was a lot of fun. And in future, on how long has this video been going? 16 minutes. Wow, I didn't think I'd have a 16-minute long vlog. It's pretty impressive on my standards. But it'll probably be edited down because it rambles. So then in the future, I'm going to be going off to Boston for other things, which is the National SciTech Leaders, as they call it. They want us to do the hashtag this SciTech Leaders thing and send it out everywhere, but I don't have social media. So, like, they're doing a bunch of contests and be like, hey, you can get a Fast Pass chosen thing. I'm like, I don't have Facebook! So it's just funny. Like, I even do the arm wave thing and everything. I go, why? So it's just hilarious that they keep pressuring the social media at such a formal event. And it's really cool, though, because it's a lot... Like, it's going to really be 3 days of lectures and then a dance at the last day, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to participate, because I have to leave as soon as I can because I have to go off to see more family. Then after that, I think I'm going to California. Travel. Lots of travel, as you can tell. This is why I'm only doing vlogs, because I don't have time to sit here and edit, and the days I am back home, I kind of want to relax a little bit. So that's why I might just upload this raw. And, I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe, like, some monuments behind me and me going, wow. That face, I just glanced over because it's delayed. That face was so retarded. But, long story short, it was pretty fun, and then I'm going to have more content in the future. Hopefully in the Boston, I'm going to have nightly stuff or vlogs from my phone, so the quality of camera won't be that good. Maybe I can get a laptop to do that, because it'll be much easier, but I won't have my editor there either, so it'll be raw as well. And, like, you can do a little bit of snip editing on the YouTube app on my phone, but it's not that good. I got all the chins. All the chins. But yeah, it's not that good of a snip thing. So I'll see what I can do with the vlogs and getting content out to you guys. I'm sorry that I'm having a lot of this delay stuff. But also, eventually when I get out of this, I'm going to be doing more Doom and such. I'm going to get back to the older stuff. I'm going to go back to the FNAF and all that coolness of the older videos that I stopped because I thought I wasn't good enough. But then I realized, looking back at some of the old ones, just, you know, checking through to make sure they're still running okay. And I was like, you know, some of these I did pretty well. Maybe it's not that I'm bad, but that I just lost my mojo for a while because of exam week. Or the exams coming up, and then the crazy studies. And it's funny, it's like, just at the end of the year, especially because a lot of badness happened at my school that I'm not going to give away just yet. It slowed down a lot of stuff, and then at the very end of the year, they gave us so many projects. Well, really just, not at the end of the year, but around spring break, which is, if I remember correctly, where I started slowing down, is where a lot of the projects and the overdone stuff came in. Stop hitting my microphone. But hey, everything is good now. I should be able to get back to scheduled content, if I can, that is, because I don't have a very tight schedule. But that is all for this video, and hold on, actually, let me pull up this dude real quick, because I need to look at the comment again, just to remember just to remember this. Oh my gosh! 565 subscribers? I only uploaded one video since the 500, and I haven't even done a special yet. Wow. Holy crap. That's awesome. Wow. I did not expect that so soon. Because we hit 500 at what, the beginning of this summer, and it hasn't even been a complete month yet, and we're already almost up another 100. Wow. That's awesome. That's amazing. Jeez. I can't believe what we've accomplished. It's amazing. Remember, this isn't about me. This isn't my channel. It's our channel. We make this together. And I will do my best to never forget that. If I do forget that, and I meet any of you guys in real life, slap me. A lot. Just, just grab me by the shirt and be like, why did you break your promise? Just do that sort of thing. Now, let's see if I can find this, let's see here. Let's see if I can find that comment. Alright, from Daniel Thomas. I might do a little caption thing in the editor, because I do have the time to edit that little thing, and I might see what I can do a screenshot. But he said, don't forget to headbutt the like button in the gut like a derp. And then underneath it, he replied again to it and said, finally. As in, he finally came up with something that he thought would be a good outro. Better than the cringy, kind of sexual one. Like, I didn't even realize it was that sexual. Like, I just went like, oh, it's fine, it's okay. It's because in my mind, when I first came up with it, I was thinking of, like, the cartoon fish slaps. Like, you see in really old cartoons where they just where they end up going into a fish market, then they get in an argument, and then one just grabs a fish off the ice and slaps the other one with it. Like, that's what I was thinking. But, it came across a lot worse than I wanted it to. So I'm gonna try that for this video, and probably the rest, as long as it catches on. It'll be better, that I believe. I already think it's better. So, don't forget to headbutt the like button in the gut, like a, stop hitting my, like a derp if I don't hit my microphone again. And also, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. Give me some feedback. Let me know what I can do to improve these videos. Remember, this is our community. This is shaped by you guys. I'm just the face that makes the content. I don't really, like, I try to make content that you guys like, not that, well, that I like too, because I'm not going to do it if I don't like it. But you get the picture. Like, I'm just here to help, to do stuff for you. You need to help me help you. There we go, if I can do the motions right. But that is all for this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!